Okay. So today we're doing Bible study in the book of John, Second John, John second letter of John. So here John is writing. Apostle John was writing a letter to all the elders. Actually, he mentioned that chosen lady and all that, but that is a means actually he's writing to elders of a church, and he was telling them, be truthful and keep that faith and faithful to God till the very end. Keep all the commandments. He's and walk in love, and he's just exalting them and encouraging them, and to be faithful till the end. And that's not much in that. You can just easily read that. And then the third letter of John, Apostle John, and that mainly he was writing a letter to the guys. He's a also elder of a church, and he writing him mainly about his health, and he was telling him, um, about take care of his health. But what he said is, as your soul prospers, and you will have a good health, and may prosper, that all respects you may prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. So really, there is a connection between these two, soul prospering and having a good health. There is a connection between these two. How it is, um, whatever we do with our flesh, with our bodies, it always has an effect on our health. If we are so like angry or emotional and stressed out, immediately it will have effect on our health, right? So, if we are peaceful, if we are obeying all the commandments, like loving one another, living in peace with each other, and having fellowship with God, all these things, being thankful to God, when we protect our mind from thinking negative thoughts and from thinking wrong thoughts, all these things have an effect. If we really keep ourselves under control of Jesus, yeah, and if we walk in the ways of God, definitely that will have effect on our health. So that's what he was saying, that as your soul prospers, you will have good health. Okay, so let us keep that in our mind. How can we have a good health? Remember always, be in obedience to Jesus and be in peace with each other. Love each other. Guard your mind. That's main thing, because sin always starts with our minds only. So what we think, what we allow in our minds, we have to be very careful. Right thoughts, good thoughts we should allow. Okay. Then he was telling to them, also appreciating the church also for helping saints. When they come to you, you did very good thing, because you send them with that respect and that dignity, so that those people will not depend on Gentiles for anything. So you really given them, he was actually appreciating them. That's the way we should do, to the saints. So we need to honor them. We need to honor every worker who works for the Lord. Okay. So and then, yeah, so that's and he's saying that I want to see you shortly, and then I'm going to explain to you many things. I don't want to write everything. That's what he was telling them. So then Jude. Now we'll move on to Jude, the letter of Jude. Jude is a brother of James. Who was James actually? James, brother of Jesus. That James I'm talking about. And there's a in disciples another James also there. James, John. They're another. But this James is a brother of Jesus when he was on this earth, right? So that Jude is another brother to them. See, these actually when Jesus was doing ministry on the earth, we don't see Jude and James following Jesus that time. I think after he left, after he ascended, I think that's when they all changed. I think so. Okay, this Jude also writing a letter to the church, and he's saying to them, Hmm. He's warning them, to keep church believers away from some of, this is a big issue those days. It was really happening after disciples went and raised up believers. Slowly, there's some wrong teachings also coming out. People from them only, from congregation only, some of them turned away from the truth, and they bringing wrong prophecies and wrong teachings. So even from that time even till today, always we have to watch out. We should not think everyone is giving us the truth, everyone is preaching the right doctrine. See, that time also, when in front of apostles, in front of disciples, it was happening. In presence of them, it was happening. So how much do you think that these days, how can we trust that everyone is preaching the right thing? So that's why we should be very careful about these things. In the last days, it will be more. It's said. See, that is one of the sign of Jesus